Hi, this is Amir and Zor. I'm sitting here with Alex.
Hi,
Alex, what's your Instagram handle?
it's Alex Wonders, YT.
No, spell that out.
AlexWandersYT.
Okay. And Alex has been spending the last month traveling around Pakistan. And what do you think? What's been the good, the bad, the ugly?
It's been great. The hospitality has been great. The people have been great. There's been instances where we can't pay for things, which is unusual. Like in Lahore, for example, we couldn't pay for taxis. No one would let us pay for taxis there. Do you want me to break down place by place?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so in Lahore, I got food poisoning, so it's hard to say I had a great time there. The city's quite crazy, but the people I can't fault enough. Islamabad was probably where I spent the most of my time on this trip. It's quite dull in Islamabad, you know what I mean? It's not that great for a tourist. There's not a lot to do there. It's not that exciting. I recommend spending more time in Rawalpindi if you're going to come here as a traveller. It's a bit more raw, a bit more of a unique experience. Islamabad feels quite corporate. Yeah.
It's a new city.
Yeah.
They made in the 60s, so
Yeah.
They made it for the diplomats, the bureaucrats.
Close to the Kashmir, yeah?
Yeah.
They wanted the government closer to Kashmir, is what I read online. So
Okay.
you guys can fight about that in the comments. Then we took a flight to Skardu, and then we explored the north. Hunza, absolutely beautiful. One of the most beautiful places I've been, period.
And you're a travel Instagrammer.
Well, you could say that.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to get around.
Wow.
But yeah, Hunza, absolutely beautiful. I love Hunza. I feel like if I came back to Pakistan on a second trip, it wouldn't be anytime soon, but in the future, I'd probably come to Karachi because I didn't manage to go there, and then I'd fly straight to the north and hibernate and just stay there for 2 weeks. We also went to Fairy Meadows, which was quite disappointing actually. It's quite a challenge to get there, and I was quite saddened by the amount of trash, and I witnessed quite a lot of animal abuse with the mules, which is quite sad. I've got a couple of videos coming out on my channel about the trash and the animal abuse in Fairy Meadows, so if you go to my page you can check those out and raise awareness, because like a place like Fairy Meadows shouldn't be covered in trash. It's so remote.
Where's Fairy Meadows? I've never heard of it.
It's between Skardu and Gilgit.
Okay.
And to get there you have to get a jeep for 2 hours along this super dangerous road.
Yeah.
With like cliffs dropping down hundreds of feet, and then you hike for 3 hours to get to this valley.
Wow.
It's very remote, but there's trash everywhere.
Wow.
And all the Sherpas and guides told me that the trash comes from domestic tourists.
And what can be done about the trash?
I think if what they say is true, and I do believe it, like it's from domestic tourists, it's just the mindset of the people, right?
So how can we educate them?
I'm not sure. I feel like that's above my pay grade. I don't know. The thing is at Fairy Meadows, there's plenty of opportunities to put your trash in the bin. There's bins. I saw it's a very remote place, and I did see 3 or 4 actual bins. And every 20 minutes during the hike, there's a cafe or a tuck shop or a tea stop. So there's no excuse.
Okay.
To just. But anyway, yeah, we're waffling a bit about that.
And what do you think is the difference between Britain and Pakistan? What did you find the difference in people and society and country, or what's the similar?
I didn't expect you to ask that question. Most people ask what's the differences between India and Pakistan.
Okay.
Not England and Pakistan. I don't know. There's a lot of differences, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Like drinking and alcohol.
Good point. Yeah. So the social aspect's much different. It's very difficult to find places to go out and party here. We did find a few places in Islamabad, which we've been told not to talk about too much.
Okay.
And yeah, even I would say the one thing I did notice here is people like to hang out a lot late in the evenings and they eat quite late. In the UK, people wake up early. If you go to Islamabad, if you go outside at 7, 8 a.m. is eerily quiet. Anywhere in the UK at the same time, it's like super busy. Everyone's like the rat race, getting to work, getting to the office, getting to the train station. Here, like nothing happens until 11 a.m. It's a different like culture, right?
Yeah.
The main difference between England and Pakistan would be the extreme religious practices here. Like from where I'm from in the UK, I don't know anyone that is religious at all. Everyone's atheist. And you come here and it's like 95% of people are religious. I would say that's the main difference. What do you think? Because you've lived in both as well. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, religion definitely plays a big part of life here, whereas football is much more. I think football has replaced religion, as they say in England.
I agree.
So, like, you know, whereas men go to the mosque on a Friday together, in England it's Saturday morning. The men go, and it's still primarily men. I know it's women as well, but like men go to watch the football together. So it's still that there's still a religion, but it's just in a different way.
But, I'm a big football fan, you know.
Yeah,
as most people are.
So but you won't change your team. Who do you support?
Southampton.
So you like it's the same way a Sunni person or a Muslim won't change their religion. You won't change your Southampton team for life, basically.
Yeah.
So
one thing that would be interesting to talk about is in Skardu I experienced Muharram.
Muharram.
Do you know what Muharram is?
Explain.
Do you know?
No, I don't.
Right. So we didn't actually plan to witness this. It just happened to coincide with our trip to Skardu. I'm going to try not to upset anyone. I'm going to be honest. Okay? You can edit out what you think is unnecessary. But basically, Muharram is a morning event practiced once a year. This is what I understand. I might be wrong. Once a year by Shia Muslims in northern Pakistan. And the majority of people in Skardu are Shia Muslims. And it's a very extreme religious event where it's only men and they bear clothes, they show their arms, they take their tops off and they beat their chest for hours, all day. They just, thousands of people cover the streets of Skardu and they're pounding their chest till they're like red raw. It's very extreme. And then some of the more devoted people will whip themselves with chains, metal chains, until they bleed on their backs. And even children are doing that as well. I saw 7, 8-year-old boys whipping themselves with chains till they bled. Quite extreme. And we didn't plan our trip around this, we just happened to be there at the time. But Muharram is quite disruptive for people that aren't involved in the ceremony, if you can call it a ceremony. I know it's a morning, so I don't know how to describe like a festival ceremony. I don't know what word to use to describe it, but all the roads are blocked because in the past I believe the Shia Muslims have been targeted by terror and there's been attacks on the people. So during Muharram, it's crazy. It was like being in a movie. There'd be like on the rooftops there'd be army with sniper rifles and assault rifles, and they'd be positioned all over the city of Skardu. And the roads are blocked, so on one of the days we sat between Gilgit and Skardu. There was an unannounced event and we sat for 3 hours just waiting for them to finish beating their chest. So instead of getting to I'm a content creator, so there's a hotel called the Ravage in Skardu. It's a really nice resort. I was working with them doing a brand deal, like a PR exchange. We ended up arriving to the hotel at like midnight instead of 8 p.m. because of these people decided to block the road. And I can appreciate the culture and everything, but I don't think religion should disrupt people that aren't involved. Does that make sense?
I think that is one difference that you'll see in the Western sort of thing, which is like capitalism and money making is at the top and no disruption should happen.
Yeah.
And then at the East, you do have Muharram as an example, and other events do happen where religion takes a more of a priority than money.
Yeah.
And for you to like I've had friends that visited from the UK say, praying would cost you like 15 minutes of time, and the time that it takes, because like if you're a lawyer in the US, you bill every 6 minutes,
yeah,
right? And so that 6 minutes costs you a couple of $100.
Yeah.
And here people take out prayer time, and that costs time, which is equivalent to money.
Yeah.
But I think in the West as well, people will start thinking about, meditation and taking out time to chill and calm and not think about money as much. What do you think? Like, because apps like Headspace and Calm are coming out because people are on the, as you said in the beginning, I don't know if it was off camera or before, the rat race.
Yeah.
So that happens as well. So the other questions I had was, what kind of brand deals do you get into as a content creator? What are like monetization strategies? Like people pay you to stay in their hotel, and then but because you just mentioned something that I hadn't heard before, which was a PR exchange.
Yeah.
Which is like what, you promote their hotel and they promote you?
I'll explain my experience of monetizing my, I guess you can call it a business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I'm only 10 months into this. I started my travel channel 10 months ago. And my plan was after 1 year to have 10,000 followers across all my platforms. And I'm 10 months in and I've got like 70,000. So
wow.
It's gone much, much better than I expected. And the growth in the last 3 months has been quite extreme. And I've just started trying to monetize. So I'm not an expert in this field, but I can just talk about my experiences. So something we've just started doing very recently is barter exchanges at luxury hotels. At my size of channel, you don't really get paid for this. You just get like a 2-night stay. For example, like the Best Western in Islamabad. They gave me a 2-night stay and dinner, breakfast, food, lunch, everything, a spa experience in exchange for 1 Instagram reel and like some story posts about my experience there. And the Instagram reel was just, I did a room tour in their presidential suite and it got like 500,000 views.
Wow.
So, but that is only like an hour of my time, right? I have to go to the room, I have to look around, see what I'm gonna film it, edit, post. It's like an hour's work.
Including edit.
Including edit. I'm quite quick at editing, which is quite good for me, but only an hour's work for me. The hotel get huge exposure. And I get a 2-night stay, all my food included. So it's a great, that is good for a traveler.
How much do you think that's worth? Like a couple of $100, like $600?
500,000 views on Instagram.
No, like for them, like.
Oh, for me too.
You would have
what I
spent $600 maybe?
No, I think what I got out of that from the hotel would have been like
$250.
Probably.
But plus you got content, which was
yeah,
great.
this is another thing. So this is why I mentioned the luxury resorts. So I tried to reach out to, like, Best Western's not the best example because they're like just well-made high-end hotels, but they didn't offer anything.
And you reached out to them or they reached out to you?
I reached out to them that time.
And but I'm just asking about how much sales time did it take? Like you just have a template email?
I messaged them the day before.
Okay, you just said, this is my channel, I'm here?
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Okay.
Trained my ChatGPT pretty well. It knows my style, and I update it with my analytics every kind of couple of weeks.
What kind of analytics? Like, what do you say?
Like number of views, number of followers, age range of my audience, location of my audience, that kind of thing.
Wow.
And then it will give me like, I'll ask it for like an Instagram DM and an email, because obviously it's different. The way you'd write an Instagram DM to an email is going to be worded differently.
Yeah.
So I'll then DM them and email them, and then they usually reply. Sometimes hotels will reach out to me, but I tried, Best Western wasn't the best example. I tried to look for like unique experiences. I don't know, like a hotel that has like a tree house,
Okay.
right? Or a waterfall in the room, you know?
Yeah.
Something unique that the content will actually go viral.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just go to a hotel and just record like the room and then it's going to get 10,000 views, which isn't my problem. I don't say this, but I feel like the hotel should be aware the content might not do well.
Yes.
It's out of my control, kind of. It's up to the algorithm, right? You know,
And-
if a video has a bad start, it kind of can die off pretty quickly.
The first 3 seconds count in the video?
Yeah, I spend like 70% of the time on the first 5-6 seconds, I would say.
Really?
Yeah.
You follow Mr. Beast and all that?
I spend so much time like on my own ideas, scripting, editing, filming. I don't really watch other content.
You're mostly focused on Instagram, or
That's only because that one grew the fastest.
okay? Which platforms did you try?
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you do post on all 4 of them.
I post the same videos on all 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you a techie beforehand, or before you traveled your
Yeah,
travel
so
journey?
like 10 months I've been doing this, and I would say my growth's been pretty fast. I guess, in my opinion, comparing myself to others. There are unicorns that grow super fast.
Yeah.
There's always going to be the people out there that will post 10 videos and go to 1 million followers, but they're like unicorns. My growth's been really like natural, and it's just like a bell curve. It's just going
Wow.
rapidly up. But sorry, I forgot what the question was.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like you post across all the platforms,
Yeah.
and it's been Instagram's just taken off for you.
Yeah.
And then you're a scientist at the way that you approach this, because you work for Google.
Yes, so you're the tech background. So we were chatting about it before, but I worked for Google and Samsung as a mobile product trainer.
Yeah.
Which I think gave me a little edge. So I understand like mobiles, algorithms, tech, and how to use the phones inside out. I do everything on my phone.
You're using an iPhone now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So
I'm
I worked-
using a Samsung.
Yeah,
But like one of the things that I mean, I'm loyal to Samsung because they've been a client like many years ago. But basically, I think kids should learn, or everyone, adults should learn how to use a camera, and just even for like social pictures. You know, like I'm not practicing what I preach because my pictures are terrible quality.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should take a mandatory day of like, you know, how to take pictures, just so you have good family pictures with your
Yeah.
kid or whatever.
I also, talking of that though, I don't have children, but I don't think I would post pictures of my children online. Because of like all these like AIs and deepfakes, and you know, I know a lot of people that are posting like pictures of their kids online every other day, and I respect their decision to do that. That's their choice, right? It's their child, but I don't think I would do that. What about you?
I have a son, and basically but now that I started getting a bit more of following, I was like, oh, you know, like maybe I'll do this before I post this video, but like go back and take off a few of these pictures. But I do like it because my family's on there, and for me, my platform is Facebook, because like although I can get views on Instagram, but it's just people that I don't know.
Facebook has an older demographic.
Yeah, I'm 48, so I'm
Yeah.
like I'm
You're the prime Facebook demographic, I would say.
Yeah.
Looking at my analytics, like the age of my audience on Facebook is like 40 to 50. Instagram would be like 25 to 35. TikTok would be like 15 to 25. So like TikTok is like the younger, Instagram's kind of in the middle, Facebook is older, and then YouTube is a mix of everything.
Yeah.
From what I see on my analytics.
And I completely agree, and that's why I like it. I like my sometimes I see, like, I like posting about my personal life. I used to, and I still do actually, because I'm from old school sales as well. When you used to go into an office and you saw the guy's picture of him playing golf, and then he would say, "Oh, you like playing golf," and then you would talk about it. And so like here, I have a mixture of family and friends and things, so that they kind of get to know you. And then it's not just about selling, but it's about building that trust, right? And trust. And then I'm a people person. Like, we just met randomly in a hotel.
Yeah, just before we started filming, maybe 20 minutes before.
Yeah, so I can talk about it and do this. But you're right. I think nowadays you have to be a lot careful, and so maybe that is good advice, to not share kids. And also,
I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. Like, I think that the parent can make their decision on that. This is just
what's the dangers of it? So just so people get aware of this. And also, like, because you are ahead of the game. You're dealing with so many people.
Well, like, like deep fakes. People can take the picture of your child and then they can recreate content using your child's picture and transfer it on. And it's a good question. I don't know the true dangers of posting your child online. I just think the way AI is going, they believe that by 2028 or 2029, something like this, that AI chat bot is going to be smarter than the entire human population put together.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the dangers are right now,
I mean, it's only in the last year that I've been blown away by AI, and maybe more so in the last month. Just the way the use cases that I've come up with, and
some people do some crazy stuff.
Yeah. What are some use cases that you are like, wow?
I'm a very basic user.
Like what?
I'm just using it as a personal assistant.
Like what are you doing?
What
are some of your prompts that you use?
The main thing I use it for is help with scripts. If I actually don't do this much anymore, but most of my content used to be voiceover content. So I would film B-rolls, I'd film lots of clips of an experience, and then I would go back, I would write a script, and I would put a story together. So ChatGPT used to give me the base of the script, and then I would put my personal touches onto it. But now my content styles change a lot more to vlogging, walking, talking style. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing less voiceover stuff now, but I might revert back to the voiceover content because it's easier to tell a story once you can go back, sit and think, rather than being on the move.
So voiceover, it's using computer generated voice?
No, my voice, but I'd use ChatGPT to help me construct a script on what to say. So I would put into ChatGPT the key B-rolls. You know what B-roll is?
Explain it.
A B-roll is background clips. So, for example, we're talking now, this would be your A-roll, and then let's say we start talking about Southampton Football Club. You would, over us talking, you would put videos of the stadium, the players, whilst we're talking in the background. That's B-roll. Yeah? Yeah. So, with ChatGPT, I would ask it to support me with scripts for the voiceover content, which is mainly using B-rolls. Mm-hmm. That's mainly what, and if I'm going somewhere new, like if I've not researched somewhere and I'm going to be there tomorrow, I would like a few days ago I said, good morning, can you give me some cool things to go and film in Rawalpindi? And it told me about these Viagra lizards, that they take oil from these lizards on the street. It told me about these street dentists in Rawalpindi where people get their tooth extracted. And it told
On
me
the street?
Yeah, and ChatGPT told me about like this cool samosa spot. So then you can then
Oh wow.
go and visit. But it's pretty clever if you train it enough.
Wow. I mean, yeah. So, okay, great. Thank you so much. And so, remind people again where they can follow you on your channel and what do they expect from
So
you?
my handle is the same on all 4 platforms, which is really, really handy. I'm never going to change my username for that reason, but it's Alex Wonders YT, ALEX WANDERS YT.
Y as in the letter Y.
Like standing, so Alex Wonders YT.
What does that stand for?
YouTube, because I thought
Yeah,
YouTube
that's
was going to
what-
be my main platform,
Okay. Maybe this video will do it for
but it's
you.
too late now.
Okay.
I'll never change my username. It is what it is. What it is.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah,
Cheers.
it's nice to meet you.
Take care.